Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Live with Brinkofspeed and Octane Hour.
Hello. Good evening, everybody.
Yep. Tonight we're going to talk about GM's top Corvette team members that were just fired.
Oh, boy.
I already see people in the comments saying that sucks.
Crazy.
It does. In one way. But we'll get into that later. But how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good.
Just kind of down hearing all that news, huh? Just kind of.
Yeah, it's interesting. We got a lot of big things happening at GM with the Corvette, and then also, obviously, big things happening with the people that actually work there.
Yep. So. What is everybody saying out there?
So we've got Daryl D17 on. We've got Davy Jones.
Davey, how's it going?
John Somerville. Zippities is on. Glass City Kennard. Texas Clay. Tony. Keith French. Elijah Ray. Corey Graham.
Mark T.
How's
it going, everybody?
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Zippity.
Where's that card you were telling me about?
I have right here.
Oh, okay.
Here's your card.
All right, I'm going to get to this right off the bat. This is from Davy Jones, since he's on right now.
Hey, Davy.
He sent this to me about my brother Jason passing, and I want to get to it and just...
Yeah, his wife is awesome at making cards.
Yeah, his wife makes amazing cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just opened it. You're seeing it live. You're seeing the unboxing.
Forever loved. Now, you just never know how to open these things.
Open the cards, yes.
So sorry for your loss of your brother. No more pain.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Here.
Look at that.
I'll show it close up here.
Vanna White.
Nice.
Thank you.
Such creativity that...
Yeah, she does a phenomenal job. Thank you so much, Davey. Tell your wife, thank you so much. That means a lot to her.
She makes these cards. There's no hallmark with a barcode at the back. She makes these things. This is amazing.
Yeah, my mother-in-law does it too, and I actually showed her. I was going to tell you this. All right, Vanna.
So you're blocking the light.
I showed her your Christmas card to us, or to me, my card.
Yeah.
And she was very impressed. She was like, wow. How did she do that tree in the middle?
Yes, amazing. You open it up and like ornaments are spinning.
We need to get her to make some Valentine's Day cards for us.
Oh, yeah, it's coming up. Yeah. That's right, yeah.
Tell me how much I owe you. Send it my way.
She should make a Valentine's card for Avery. Avery would impress the whole class with that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the class would love that.
I remember we used to have to make our own Valentine's cards in grade school.
The little cutout pieces and the stickers. Yep. Well, that was very nice, Davey.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, so you guys know we are brought to
Eric's on today. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Tony's on.
Eric Bush, all right, welcome.
Yep.
Let me get this pulled up. All right, we are brought to you by the NCM Insurance. And as you guys have seen, most of you have already seen this, but if you're new on the channel and you haven't seen it, or you're rewatching, you're watching the replay, to me, they're the best car insurance out there for collectible cars. Now, there's going to be 1% of the population that won't save a penny on this insurance, but 99% of the population is going to save hundreds to thousands. And the way that you qualify for this insurance is you need a collectible car, number one. You need to agree to only drive that collectible car up to 6,000 miles a year or less. And you need a garage to put that collectible car in. And then you also need a daily driver that you drive separate. So just to clarify that very quickly, if you have a wife that has a daily driver and you consider that your daily driver as well, it doesn't work. You and your wife both have to have a daily driver, and then you are the one that owns a collectible car.
Mike's going to go into underwriting in his second career.
I didn't find that out until...
There's all different... In insurance, there's all different kinds. Really, what we should just say is go to NCM. They're freaking awesome. If you can find a better deal, get it, but you're not going to find it. Go see Adam. Go see his staff. You will almost guaranteed, not warranted, warranty that you're going to be happy with NCM Insurance. And plus, it's not just about the price; it's about the claim service. You talk to anybody that's had claims with NCM, it's like phenomenal.
Yeah, and the underwriters are all car enthusiasts themselves.
Yeah. So they know what's going on. Right. So anyway, there you go.
On this site, click get a quote, fill out that information. Make sure to put in there BOS 2025 so they know you're coming from Brinkofspeed. And they will shoot you over an email with a few questions, answer those questions, send them back, and then they'll call you and they'll get you all set up.
There you go.
So, it's good stuff.
Good stuff. And we're coming up on almost a year that we closed the museum. And we had our live show at the museum.
So amazing.
If you guys want to go back to that, it's still good to watch even now. Go back last year when we were at the Bash, and they closed the last minute. They closed up in the evening. They let us come in and walk around the exhibits, and that was just such a great time. Are we going to do it again?
Probably. Why not?
Why not?
All right, Adam. Yep. So if you're watching, we're coming back. So we expect to be in that.
We're going to talk about the Bash tonight, too. So
yeah, the Bash is coming up. So
yeah, you can already register for it. So.
All right.
Why not? Yeah, so up next real quick, let's just get this
NCM sports car
taken care of as well. Guys, the International Motor Racing Research Center is giving away a Z06, and it's ending in, what's today, the 5th? In 11 days. So one of the big giveaways is about to come to an end. Make sure you get your entries. Actually, there's not as many people donating to this one, so your odds are a little bit better.
Odds are better,
you're a little bit better. Most of these Z06, they get about $500,000 to $1 million donated, so this one's only at $242,000. The link is already in the description. Click that link. It brings you to this. This gives you double entries, and then because you're a Brinkofspeed watcher. Once you've clicked on this, see it says Brink ×2. Fill out your information. Click continue.
×2.
Yeah.
We should rename the show Brink ×2.
Click continue, and then you're all entered to win after you put your credit card information. But yeah, why not try and win a absolute beautiful Z06? It's a 2024 with the Z07 performance package on it.
Very nice.
So yeah.
Yep.
Might as well go for it. All right, have you guys seen my last two videos? If not, I took the E-Ray to the drag strip on Saturday. I was invited out there by Boost District.
Who did the videos of that? Was Darren there?
Darren was there.
Darren didn't make any appearances on screen.
I know.
He was behind the scenes photographer.
And Clay got me one video.
Yeah, Clay was a big help.
He got the video where you see me going from behind.
From behind? Yeah. He did the behind. Yeah, that was great.
So yeah, Texas Clay was out there. You guys have seen him on a couple of my videos already. Yeah. One with WheelCraft, and then one as a Z06 driver driving my E-Ray. So
that was the drag strip, and that's Ennis, Texas. Texas. I want to go there so bad.
You've never been?
Never been. I want to go. This Saturday, I know you invited me to come, and you told me it was happening, but this Saturday, getting all our family preparations for our travel.
Sure.
Yeah. So hopefully next time I'll be able to go. But for everybody that watched the video, I just was interested. You had done the 3 polls, right? Mm-hmm. And it just seemed interesting that all 3 polls were so close to each other, which makes me think I could actually do that.
You could. Actually, we should.
Honestly, it's like I said in the video, you don't have to be a skilled driver to do that. Now, to get good reaction
times, is me, not a skill. No,
you have to learn how to do that. And I wasn't even worried about it. At first I wasn't, and I was like, why am I even worried about this? I'm not racing against anyone.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to even worry about that. And then Rosh told me from Boost District, he's like, don't worry about reaction. Just make sure you get the perfect launch.
Yeah. Because it's not the reaction, you're not racing. It doesn't matter.
Right,
as soon as you pass that spot in the timer, you could be, Okay.
And I did I don't know if anybody else noticed this or not, I kept trying to reset my timer for 0 to 60s. And because you have to keep scooting up, it's hard to do that.
It happens so quick.
It keeps going on.
Yeah.
But I did get it right on the second pass. And I did get a 2.20 to 60 on that run. So, I mean.
You got a what on it?
a 2.20 to 60 on
Really?
that second run.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
the
Which
surface
is-
is perfect. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there
you
was
said
a-
it hooked up. It was
Yeah.
just,
oh yeah,
yeah. You
It's
could
so funny
so
because you
sticky.
see them walking there. There was one guy, he walked, like, kind of run across, and his shoe came
Yep.
off.
Oh, because
It's so
stuck.
sticky. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I noticed the when the gentleman that was doing his car, he seemed like it wasn't hooking up right, or right. It seemed like it.
You're talking about with Boost District?
Boost District, yeah. It
So-
seemed like it wasn't hooking up right.
Yeah, just to explain
And it's
that.
just rear-wheel drive too.
No, it's
No.
all-wheel drive.
Oh,
it's
that
an
was
E-Ray.
an Oh, that was an
it's
E-Ray, and it was still doing.
So
okay.
just to explain that, anybody that does these cars has to get them dialed in.
Yeah.
You can't just put it on a dyno, see what it produces, and then go, all right,
It's
we're ready to
guaranteed
go.
Yeah.
No, you have to get out there and get it dialed in. So when he produced the 9.3 quarter-mile run with that exact car with
Yeah.
less horsepower,
Yeah.
it took him a few times of going out there.
To dial it in, there's all
get it
kinds of
dialed
computer
in.
settings you got to
Exactly.
do, right?
but
It's not just popping a carburetor on your car.
he'll get it dialed in, and
yeah.
then I'll be out there with him, and I'm sure he'll get into the 8s. Mm-hmm. It's got like almost 1,300 horsepower, so it'd be crazy for it not to hit, into the 8s now.
Yep.
Since he went 9.3 with like 300 less horsepower.
That's crazy. And you hit 10 what? 10.1?
Seven.
10.7, 10.7.
So there were quite a few comments on that video of people saying that I need to get into bracket racing, which is really interesting because one of my good friends from Colorado that knows a lot about drag racing,
Bracket racing.
he found out my times today, and he was like, dude, your car's a perfect bracket racer because if you can...
What's bracket racing?
So bracket racing, I don't know all the details, but he was basically saying that if you are consistent like that, you're going to win almost every time because most cars are hard to get the same
Right.
time over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
And if you can go out there and hit the same time over and over,
Oh, that's part of the competition.
That's part of
is
the
trying to match
competition.
and be
But yeah,
consistent.
if you have a bad run, you're out.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's not like they take
now,
the top two or
you
something.
do have to get your reaction time down with those
Right.
because you're racing against someone. So
Yeah.
you still want to beat them off the line and
Yeah.
everything. But
That was just really neat to see
Yeah.
that car. And I'm like, man, if I just do the launch control, yeah. I mean, it's like easy,
no-brainer.
easy drag from Mark.
well,
yeah.
the same would be with the Stingray.
Yeah.
You're not going to spin
Yeah.
out there with a Stingray either because it doesn't have enough power with that much grip to spin the tires.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's not going to spin either.
And if the ground is sticky like that with
Oh,
the
it's
guy's
sticky.
shoe,
That's what I'm
that's-
saying with that stickiness.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. The second video.
Does that take a little bit of the, like you remember you were talking about in the manual, there's work to be. There's,
Oh.
like
It's
when you,
night and day different.
so
I mean, it
it's
took
like
me a
makes
long,
it too easy. It's just like driving a plaid. Just step on the gas and go.
A brand new
The
plaid
old
will
days
hit
you'd have to shift and do all that.
9.2 every single time.
Say that again.
A brand new plaid
Yeah.
will go
Yeah.
9.2.
Whether I'm driving it
Every
or
time.
Elon's
Right.
driving
Which
it.
would that there? Well, I didn't say all the cars, but that would have been like a top 5 for the day.
Yeah.
What?
A 9.2.
A 9.2.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because, well, you were kind of back. I watched tons of cars,
Tons of cars, right.
and maybe 2 out of 10 really hooked up and had a good run.
Right.
So many guys were botching the launch.
Yep.
And they had these high horsepower cars.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike's car would smoke them every time, I guarantee
Because you're
it.
getting them on the
Because
beginning.
he's just
Yep.
Yeah,
launch
it's
and
just-
go.
Yeah, it's just launch and go.
Yep. All right.
The second video that I put out was last week, Corvette World Walkthrough.
God, I love those videos. Rob's on. I see Rob's on. Corvette Rob, say hi. He's on.
Is he on?
I saw him on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see him. He
Howdy
said
y'all.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy
Yeah.
y'all.
You guys will really enjoy that video. There's actually a Z06. Rob will tell us if it's sold by now, which it surprised me if it didn't. There's a Z06 on there. I think is a great deal. It's a 2024. It does have 3,000 miles on it, but it has every piece of carbon fiber you want on that car, inside and out, except for the
color?
wheels. It's black.
Oh, okay.
It's a Z07 car without the Z07 suspension. So it's got the Z07 aero and the Z07 brakes, but not the suspension and not the Cup 2R tires. It has the
And
4S
how do
tires.
you can order it that way? You
Yeah.
just order all those pieces and parts,
Yeah.
but you're not getting
But it's a $157,000 car that
For
they're
100
selling for $137,000.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah, you're getting $20K off of it.
Yep.
So, I mean, to me-
sold. Sorry, next topic. Let's go.
Oh, yeah,
next
I
topic.
figured.
Sold. Yeah, no, Corvette World does great. I mean, they got good prices. They have to pay to get the cars, and they don't make that much of a markup on them. So
No, their cars, I will say, are clean. Their cars all check out. They don't buy trash.
No, they don't.
Yep. They buy from neighbor Mark's group of people.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, if you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, please do so. It really helps YouTube know that you're enjoying the content. All right. Let's move on to the NCM Bash. Who's going? Are you going?
I mean, likely, maybe.
Good.
Well,
was
I'm only
hoping
going
you
if
would
they're
say
going.
that.
I'm only going if they're going. I'm not going to go by myself.
Well, I know
That's
you're
no
going.
fun. Well, if you two are going, if one of you two drop
I'm going
out.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going. I mean,
All right. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Because
Well,
let me tell you something.
it can't be a show without you at the Bash,
I agree. We
Mr.
need Darren there.
Darren.
We'll see. I mean, likely, maybe. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
So registration is open. It's very early to know events. It says on here that basically you're going to know the outside the Bash events up front right now, but you really don't know the Bash events. But what I believe, and I think you guys will probably agree with this, what I believe we're going to see at the Bash, we probably won't see a new model. However, I think we will see a brand new interior.
Oh, you think we'll see the new 2026 interior?
I do.
What was
So
the
I'm
production
excited.
start date again? That Rick on? Rick Conti? He's normally on with us, but when did he say they technically were going to start production?
It's pretty
of that?
early. It was like
Early.
June, May, June.
I thought
No,
it was more
that's
like
ZR1.
No,
ZR1
but I
starts
mean
in
even the
June.
26 model.
the 26
Oh, yeah.
model. It was like
June is, yeah,
Which I
you're
remember
right.
they did that a
You're
couple
right.
years ago when I bought my 2022.
It was weird
my
timing,
Arctic
yeah.
White one. I had a 2023,
Right.
and it was like May 1st or at the end of April. It was super early.
Early, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I think we can all count on that happening, that we will get there and we'll get to see the brand new interior. Now, according to Rick, it's not like, we're going to go, oh, woo, this is amazing. But
Yeah. It's the evolution. It's
I'm
the
a
next-
YouTuber, so I have to report on that stuff, and I love doing that. I
Mm-hmm.
love going
It'd be cool as
and
if,
seeing the new stuff. And
because in
making
theory the
videos.
ZR1 should be out in the street, right?
Yeah.
Is if they had 1 or 2 or 3 at the track that we get to drive.
Oh, good Lord.
So
that would be
no,
amazing.
we need to talk to Adam and make that happen.
That would be amazing.
No, seriously,
Which car?
I don't know if they'll have them there.
he needs to make that happen.
The ZR1?
Yeah,
Well, it's
Well,
not up to him.
he can make it
It's up to
happen.
him.
Adam, come on, Adam. You heard
Yeah,
the challenge. Let's
get
go.
2 ZR1s so we can drive them.
2? How about 3? What, are you missing me here?
Well, you didn't drive last time.
I know. I wasn't able to get in, if you remember.
No, you were able to get in.
I didn't get in any of the car thing going on. You two had
You
it.
could
Like,
have.
kinda-
You
they-
could
they
have. You were
ditched
afraid
me.
you were going to get
They
sick.
dro- we drive to the MCM
No.
thing, and it's like, Mark, we'll see you. You go up there and take pictures. No, I'm just teasing. I'm totally teasing. But it'd be nice to see a ZR1 or even see the interior of the new car.
Yeah, I think we will
The
definitely.
interior will probably be
Oh.
underwhelmed, but
Good question. I'm sorry I didn't show the date on that. The date is.
it's always like the end of
24th
April.
to 26th, maybe?
You're correct.
24th to 26th, yes.
Yep.
So it's coming up. So you might
Yep.
want to register for it. It was a big event last year.
It was fun. It was a lot
Yep.
of fun.
Yep.
No doubt.
Minus us getting there. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. We had a big delay.
Took us all
we
day.
got there-
We could have drove there.
Yeah, we pretty much could have.
Well, we definitely
got there
could've.
way late. We were supposed to meet up with, what's her name?
Timber
Timber.
in Nashville.
Early in Nashville.
Oh,
and
that
then
kind
we
of
ended
messed
up.
up. Yeah. Yep.
But it all worked out.
Yeah, it always works out.
It always works out.
Yep.
So,
There's been
all right.
so, and just to finish that conversation, NCM has had so many changes this year. Brought in new board members.
Oh, yeah.
Change of a lot of the people that were in charge of it from before.
Yes.
New exhibit director. I forget his name. He's been on Corvette Today podcast. So there's a lot of new exhibits that should be there. It should be interesting and fun.
Yeah, it should be amazing.
And the best part is the people and just seeing people and meeting
Yeah.
people and that's the best part.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right. So a couple of other things. If you guys have not seen my videos on the Z06 drivers driving my E-Ray, Corvette Blogger has actually featured both of them, but I'm showing you the last one that he featured. with the 2 drivers. The other one had 3 drivers. So check this out, especially anybody out there that's still on the fence that does not know what to do. Do I want a Z06? Do I want an E-Ray? Both of these videos are going to either persuade you to get a Z06 or persuade you to get an E-Ray.
It'll confirm your maybe initial thought.
Yeah. Or it'll maybe change your initial thought. But either way, I think these videos are great for whatever the outcome is. Whether you buy a Z06 from them, from seeing these videos, or you buy an E-Ray from seeing these videos. I think they're going to help you understand more of what you would want. So,
yep, good
check
videos.
Those out.
Yep, very good videos.
Thank you. All right, what was the you said you put your build in? Did you want to talk about your
Oh, we can, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about your ZR1.
Well, I don't want to give specifics.
Okay. Well, what do you want to talk about?
Everybody, a private conversation over a sandwich.
The jury will disregard everything you've just heard. Strike
Right,
it from the
strike
record.
that.
Strike that from the record.
I
Darren
could have
has,
swore you said,
No,
hey,
no,
we
no.
can talk about my
Darren
ZR1.
has not ordered a new ZR1. Actually, can't order it yet.
Well, I
can't
can't
order it.
talk about specifics either, but
But
what
we can
I
talk
can
about the process.
But what I can say is
We'll tell the dates.
I've already put an order in at a dealership as well.
Yeah.
Put a name in at
both
the
have.
dealership.
What's
Huh?
that?
You put your name in at the dealership with
No,
your bill.
we put our
I've
orders in.
actually given them my build.
Yes, but they can't order it until when
Correct.
did Rick say?
They can't order it until they
Third.
get my allocation.
But I mean, they can't put it into the system until
The 13th.
13th of February is when you can get that 1100 status.
Yeah. My guy actually called me. He's good. He called me back 3 times today asking
Great.
questions.
Great.
But your situation is different than mine because you're number one. So you have a different situation.
Darren is number one.
He is.
He's always
Number
number
Yeah, but
one.
it doesn't mean I'm getting an allocation the first go round.
Oh, look at Eric. Eric says he's 13th.
No, he's saying the date's the 13th.
Oh, the date's the 13th.
Yeah.
Eric's
But
13th
Mike
on
and
the
I,
list.
for the sake of argument, Mike and I did the same thing as far as we put in 2 builds.
Yeah.
So if there's constraints, then we're going to go
You're gonna be
to plan
good.
B.
Yep.
Very good.
So yeah, guys, believe it or not, I have a build in for a ZR1, but I have no idea what's going to happen.
But we're not sharing options and colors or anything
Well,
yet? Okay.
I
I'm
can
not.
tell you I got front lift.
Okay, there you go.
I'm
Boy.
not- yeah, I'm not-
There's a big divulging there.
I'm not
He's getting front
divulging
left.
anything because I believe, since I wasn't able to do BOS 3.0 with my last
Yeah.
E-Ray, that's going to happen with the.
You don't want to jinx it, is what
ZR1.
you're
That-
saying?
that's interesting. What Zippity
So-
said, because he's at Sioka, allocation numbers come out to dealers tomorrow.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
So does that mean
So
like,
you'll know how many you can order?
yeah, is that
Jeff?
right? You'll know how many Sioka's going to get for the first.
For the first go around, but not.
They're going to give out actual numbers like, Jeff, you get 20 cars or 10 cars or 2 cars the first go around. Wow.
Oh, yes. That's going to be really interesting. I'm going to have
It
to talk
is.
to my guy tomorrow.
Okay.
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 What have you
Everybody
put your
called
order
Jeff?
in for one
I'm
yet?
putting my order in. You know, I wouldn't know what to do with 1,000 horsepower. I don't know what to do with half that much horsepower.
Nobody's going to know what to do with that.
That's crazy.
It's
Yep.
nuts.
Yep. Wow, that is great.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fantastic.
crazy.
Tomorrow's the day for numbers.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, you know, Jeff, I haven't seen a couple of videos lately. When's your next video
He put
coming
one
out?
out.
I did. I saw it, but it's like,
Yeah.
we need more. I love watching his videos.
His videos are great.
Zippity's, yep.
Yep. So, anything else you want to say about your ZR1?
Remember, you're under oath.
No, but
You're under oath.
I can change
Committee
my. I
hearing.
could change my mind. I just wanted to make sure I had a placeholder.
Of course.
But
Has anybody else done that on the live stream? Has anybody sent your build to the dealer yet? Like, you're ready to go, Joe or anybody? Has
I
anybody?
guess you really don't need to until the 13th. But I
Well,
mean,
no, but it's nice to get your stuff into your dealer. So when they do, if they get allocation numbers tomorrow, you know they're going to probably be flipping the. You know, okay, I got 10 cars and I got my 10 people. Oh, this guy's already got his build in. All right, give it to Darren.
I don't think it works that way in that car. But
No. Well,
Yeah,
if
I
they
don't
get-
know.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that want that car,
Yeah.
including family
Well,
members,
that's why
general
we get
managers,
2
salespeople.
builds,
Yeah.
so that
Just in case, yeah.
just in case there's a
Oh, Rick's
constraint.
on. The man himself
No, he's
is
saying the
on.
same
All right,
thing.
we're
Where's Rick
supposed
say-
to get estimated shipments, meaning allocations for the first order cycle. Only they're also supposed to tell us how they're going to allocate 01 for us to earn.
Okay.
All right.
So you're going to get your first numbers tomorrow, Rick, and then moving forward, they're going to tell you how they're coming up with those numbers.
So will it be like how many 3LZ Z07s you sell?
Yeah.
Because, that's what they did with the Z06. It was how many 3LZ Z51 Stingrays you sold. I think it was Z51.
Which I don't think they should do that. I don't think that's fair to the
Well, that's the highest price.
And Rick, I would imagine they're not going to probably give you constraints either. They're just going to say you're going to get 5 or something or 1.
They
or
probably won't say anything tomorrow.
Nothing, just a number.
Yeah.
Well,
and again,
rumor has it there's going to be a constraint of a Highway Wing 2, which is going to ruin most orders. Yeah, really. I mean, if you're getting the 01, you want that wing.
Yeah.
That's kind of
we've already talked about this, especially if you're at a smaller dealership like myself. If I pass and they give it to the next guy, it could be a year before they get another. So
even at the dealership that I'm at, I'm not passing.
No.
I'm not passing.
Even if you can't get a wing?
If I can't, I will say I'm trying to get ZTK, but if I can't get it, then I already have a second build, and my salesperson knows scrap the ZTK build and go with this one.
I'll take a 1. What do they call it? It's not 1LZ. It's a. Is it? What's the?
Well, 1ZR,
1ZR.
It used to be that. Yeah. Now they changed it to 1LZ and 3LZ.
1LZ and 3LZ, which we all know we don't like.
But there could be some people that end up with an allocation that weren't expecting it because of that, because guys pass.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways.
Correct.
So Rick says it'll be how many cars total you can order. I think for the first order cycle only, unless they divulge what the interior will be, which I doubt. Yep. Boy, exciting.
I agree.
Rick will be waiting to see your video tomorrow. We'll be all watching it. Make sure everybody tunes in and watches that, because that is going to be very exciting. Very exciting.
Carlos is on. Welcome.
You need to get Carlos to drive your car.
Yeah, I do. I agree.
Because he puts a lot of miles on his, so he would have.
You need to drive the E-Ray, Carlos. Next up, though, is Robert. Robert hasn't driven the E-Ray yet.
Why didn't you do a video with them?
It's just one thing after another.
Robert? Corvette Rob?
Yeah, Corvette Rob.
Corvette Rob? You've never driven an E-Ray?
He's next.
That's
no
crazy.
one's driving my E-Ray until Robert does.
I even drove your E-Ray.
I know.
You're talking...
Way to make him feel good.
The homeless guy at the gas station got to drive it.
Exactly.
The salesman even drove it. Yep.
He's in the car driving from Cleveland.
I filmed the video today, but it's going to be on here with you just for a little bit. Okay, so all right, Rick, be safe. Don't be.
Yeah. No worries, man. I'm glad you're on.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Now, Rick,
Jose
everybody
is on too.
Since we have like 600-700 people on here, remind everybody that Rick is going to be on the show.
Yeah.
What day?
On March 5th.
March 5th. So everybody needs to tune in.
Rick Connie will be on here March 5th, right here sitting with us.
Do you want to disclose what you're going to do for that night to get people ready? The giveaway /
It's not a giveaway.
Well, you should probably announce it so people are ready for it.
I might do it before then.
No, you won't, because no.
Okay.
No, you got to wait.
Show discussions are happening right now, and live to everybody. See, they're going back and forth. I don't even know what's going on.
I guess I'll tell everybody.
Here we go. The announcement is here.
There's probably only a couple of people that I know of that are going to bid on this thing.
What are you bidding on? What do we got?
I'm going to give away. Well, I'm going to
a Rick Conti signed T-shirt
to the highest bidder.
We need to get Rick to sign a T-shirt.
We're going to sign me and Rick if Rick wants to. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
I'm going to sign it, and if Rick wants to, he'll sign it. If you guys want to, you can sign it too.
Oh, it'll reduce the value of mine.
If Mark signs it.
If I sign it, the value is going.
My little E-Ray model that they send you from GM.
Oh yeah.
You know who needs to be on there is Dr. Corvette.
We'll make sure he's on there.
Dr. Corvette always wants those.
Rick Conti signed mold of the E-Ray. Yeah,
but the E-Ray one's different. It's like a clear. It's clear, right?
Clear.
Like is it plastic or like a glass?
That's
it's
right.
Glass. It's pure glass.
Wow.
It's absolutely beautiful. I mean,
that's amazing.
And the presentation, you guys wait till I bring it up here and open it up for you. The presentation is phenomenal.
Wow.
It's like classy.
Yep.
It's way better than my Stingray ones were.
Wow. Yeah, my Stingray was kind of, and it took so long to get my Stingray.
My Z06 one came, I didn't even take it out of the box. It's still in the box. I haven't even touched it.
When I had gotten my first one, I think I had already traded that in and got my second C8, so I didn't have it even. Yeah. Wow. But that's amazing. So Rick is going to be with us on, again, repeat it,
March 4th.
March 4th. So everybody get ready to mark that down in your calendar, and that's going to be fun.
Joe Lamb is saying breaking news for tomorrow.
What's breaking news?
He said Rick, question mark.
Oh, well, it's breaking news. I'm going to tell you how many ZR1s you're going to get.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully Rick is blessed for what Rick has done for the Corvette community. You'd think they would give him like 22 ZR1s, you know. Sioka gets their stuff and McMulcum, but, you know, Rick is like a one-man wrecking crew with that stuff. He's just awesome. You'd think they'd give him a good number of ZR1s.
He's great for the Corvette community.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the main subject. There's different feelings from different people on here, I know, about these guys getting let go by GM. But Kirk Binion, I think that's how you say his last name.
Binion, yep.
Was let go. Harlan Charles was let go first, but we'll talk about Kirk first. He was let go pretty much a day, I think, after Harlan. And it's very interesting that he was let go. He was involved with basically making the Corvette, the exterior of the Corvette was his baby, okay? And he was an expert at the wind tunnel. He was also an amateur driver, so he was really into making the Corvette play more friendly for people like us that like to go to the track. So when we take our Corvette to the track, it does a better job for us. He was involved in that. He was also involved in the exterior looks as far as colors go. So it's interesting that he was let go. But I know we all have our theories of why. I really don't have a good theory about Kirk Binion. I know there was some of the colors that I didn't agree with on him but that I have, I would say had nothing to do with why he was let go.
So, yeah, I mean, I can give you maybe my perspective. He was probably let go the same day. They had HR had a big powwow, and they were going to release a certain number of people. It may have been very well in the hundreds. There were people in regular Chevy that were offered this package too. This is a corporate thing that happens every so often, and your name hits a list for whatever reason. I don't think anybody that would hit this list was a performance-based. I probably would say it's just a corporate downsizing. They did it 2 years ago and in a voluntary status, if you remember. When I was talking to Taj at Carlisle last year, I said, "Thank you, Taj," and he goes, "What are you thanking me for?" I said, "Thank you for not taking the buyout that was offered because we wanted to see him stick around." And he said that he wanted to go out on his own, but not many people have that option these days. Myself, one of them. I mean, I feel like with Kirk, with Harlan, we both had 37 years with our company, and when you're at that 37 years, you're just waiting for the tap on the shoulder. It's your turn, your time to go. Gone are the days of the gold watch and the big retirement party. I brought this because this just reminded me of how Zora went out. A little bit different, but quite the same because they had a mandatory retirement age and he was forced out at 65. But that's coming. Poor Kirk and Harlan and probably maybe could be hundreds of others that we don't know of. We just know Kirk and Harlan because they're so famous. But there may be other people on the Corvette team that we don't know about that didn't put it out. The only reason we know about Harlan is because he put it out on his social media page. Yeah. Otherwise...
Well, Kirk put it on LinkedIn.
Did Kirk put it on LinkedIn? He changed his title, right? But didn't make more of a big announcement than Harlan. But you can tell... There's never a good way to do that, and you could tell Harlan was hurt. I'm sure Kirk was hurt. The day before, they probably didn't know, just like most people don't. You don't know it's coming.
But I think
it's just unfortunate that that's the way it happens these days. Gone are the days of the corporate loyalty and the long-term employee, is revered and respected. Most of the day at times these years, the old guy or the old gal are like, psh, you're old school, you're 90s, you're 2000s.
I was going to say what they're probably doing. My theory is that they're wanting new blood. They want new
100%.
Young.
Mark's being too politically correct over there,
right?
Because they didn't get rid of their jobs.
No,
roles. They're going to
no.
replace them.
Yeah,
they're
they're
going to
gonna
replace them with younger people.
Younger people. And I did we were talking about this. And I did a little recon before we got on. So, average age Lamborghini owner, 45. Average age of a Ferrari owner, 47. Porsche, 50.
Yeah.
Corvette, and it's came down because of the C8. It's still at 59 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, guys like Mark, you guys are going away.
Hey, watch it. I resemble that remark.
But no, seriously, like the demographics of the Corvettes, these older guys are buying their last Corvettes they're ever going to buy. So you got to somehow tap into people that are younger than us even coming up and try to figure out what they want.
You know, and it's kind of sad because if you think about it, that's exactly what Harlan and Kirk did. They hit a home run. They got younger people to buy the Corvette, and they're unceremoniously ejected from the
think
company.
about at their age.
However, you got to look at it in both ways. You can look and say, well, it's a two-way street. What I bring to the company, what the company brings to me, but it's just different from the days of old when experience was revered and you looked up. I remember when I started with my company, I looked up to the older guys and said, man, what can I learn from them? When you get these younger people come in, and I'm sorry because maybe I'm an old.
They don't do that.
They don't. They look at that old guy and say, he doesn't know crap.
Right.
Get out.
Which is all the more reason if you think about it. The C9 Chevrolet, they already know what that car is, right? We don't know, but they know. Are the younger people going to look to someone like Harlan in their 60s as the face of Corvette?
Yeah.
They need a younger face to be like, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's
So
40.
basically, look at it. They did their job. Now their job is over. We're going to, it's time. I mean, who has 37 years with a company anymore? Harlan had that. Do you guys know how many Taj had?
47.
47.
Crazy, yeah.
Nobody has that anymore.
Yeah, nobody does.
But Taj was just super godlike. I mean, he was just, he brought
amazing.
so much. But,
He's not a celebrity, though.
nobody is irreplaceable. And that,
Well, and that also sends a message to other people, too,
And there's some comments here about, we got to get rid of the old guys. Time for no new leadership. No more recycled generic boomer colors on Corvettes. No more golf club storage. Yeah, I can see that, Tom. But, I wish there was a better way to do it. Heck, when 2 years ago when I got let go and I retired, because I was lucky, I got retired. There's people in the company that can't retire. They're moving on to another job. I retired. But, you get a phone call. You get an email that says, hey, we're going to do cutbacks tomorrow. Everybody be near your phone by 9 a.m. Yeah. And every time your phone rings, you're like, so, my phone rang and I knew what was going on. But, just like Harlan says, I was informed that you're now no longer. And then they go, okay, send your laptop in. By the way, your access is terminated as of now or maybe by lunchtime. It just feels so impersonal and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's not planned.
I still feel so bad for those guys and maybe the other people that are underneath them that maybe worked hard. But, it just save what you can, save your money, be smart with your finances because it's going to come someday. And
well, it's kind of like the sports team analogy, right? These older guys, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to go out on your own or do you want to just at the end of the year be like, yeah, we're not going to re-sign you?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So
I agree. So that was
I never
on it,
knew Harlan Charles or Kirk Binion. I met them both. They were nice guys. But, they're replaceable. And that's what we were just talking about, that there's probably younger blood coming in that has ideas for younger people because they still need to get the demographic of the Corvette to a younger person. They need to bring that down like Ferrari and Lamborghini and Porsche into the 40s, 50s, whatever. But I think one mistake that GM made recently is the E-Ray. Now, let me explain myself. Obviously, you guys know I love the E-Ray. It's my favorite Corvette that I've ever owned. I've had multiple opportunities to have a C8 Z06, and I don't want one right now. I want my E-Ray. But I believe this, and I've said this for probably a year now, that I think GM did a terrible job with the marketing of that car. They should have not called it E anything. That gave people the wrong impression. And then on top of that, they went ahead and said it's the first electrified Corvette, which really made people have the wrong impression. They had another name patented around the same time as E-Ray called Manta Ray. My opinion is they should have called this thing the Manta Ray. They should have never used the words electricity in it at all. They should have more focused on it being an all-wheel drive, the first all-wheel drive Corvette. Then when people inquired of how it was all-wheel drive, that's when they could have said, well, it's a hybrid. It does have an electric motor up front to give it that all-wheel drive, but that's the only reason why we did it, is to give it all-wheel drive and an extra, boost with the power. Then it would have had a totally different connotation.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been the people out there talking trash about it. Oh, I'll never buy an electric Corvette. That stupid all-electric Corvette never would have happened. And so I think that you can maybe say that part of this maybe falls under that, because the E-Ray was Harlan Charles' baby. He came up with the idea of that car, the marketing for that car, and it's a big flop. I think they've only built 21 or 2,200, maybe 2,400. I don't know the exact number. But they haven't built very many in over a year now.
And is that because the orders are slow? Because they're only building customer orders for the most part. Well, I guess they...
It doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter.
So you think that the E-Ray is a bit of a flop, you're saying?
It is. It's a total flop. Because
really?
GM...
I see. I had to come to the show to hear that. I didn't realize
Well, not because it's a bad car.
Explain.
Just
no, it's not a bad car.
No, it's not a bad car.
Sales market.
GM obviously knows who's wanting this car.
Yeah.
And until there's a gigantic amount of demand for the car, they're going to continue to build very few of these cars.
Well, and I think you're right. The marketing, they're marketing towards a 55 to 65-year-old with these tag words like all electric, and those people just turn off the light switch.
Yeah,
but Harley Davidson did this years ago.
They call me and say, how do you charge that thing? I keep saying it has nothing to do with charging.
Right. So
yeah.
I mean, even we were at the drag strip, and a couple guys was like, oh, is that Z06?
Yeah, yeah.
When Mike would come up, I said, no, it's E-Ray. What do you mean E-Ray?
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what it is.
Hybrid. He go, really? It's hybrid? I go, well, I explained it to him, and these are car guys. They didn't know.
Yeah,
it's like when the SF90 came out. Everybody was like, what the hell is that? Where do you plug it in?
Well, yeah,
and it was probably one of the first applications of that where you're like,
no.
What's the electric for?
That's what I was going to say.
The electric is for to help it boost the power. It has nothing to do with environment. Or
look at Porsche 918 had that
look
too.
Look at the 918. Look at the LaFerrari.
That was before the SF90?
Way before.
With
and
the electric
P1.
boost? With the electric boost?
Yes.
Yeah.
You had the McLaren P1, the LaFerrari, and the 918 that all came out around 2010, I believe.
Really?
2009. Huh. So those
were the battery option with the
those were the first hybrid supercars, and they were really hypercars.
Yeah.
For back then.
They were electric. They were
all about
electric.
1,000 horsepower.
Wow.
The 918 had the least amount of horsepower. It was 886 or something like that. But it was all-wheel drive. And then the LaFerrari and the P1 were rear-wheel drive, but they both had battery and ICE. So I think that was a gigantic screw-up. I don't know how GM plans to fix it. I do believe that the C9, like I've predicted a long time ago, most of those cars are probably going to be hybrids because
it'll have some sort of battery. Look at what Porsche's doing.
In other words, basically the E-Ray is going to live on.
It's a hybrid.
Even though this E-Ray is a flop, that's the future of Corvette. So here, that was the title of our show, The Future of the Corvette. Is the E-Ray?
Well, no. Though it's a flop. Stephen had it said best too, and I agree with him 100% too, is they should have used performance. That should have been the marketing, not electrified.
Exactly.
Because we all know the gas mileage, well, because you've owned it. There's no different. There's no different. And you probably get less gas mileage because you're always getting on it to hear it wind up. So
just to feel it.
Just bad marketing. But we were talking about it over dinner. Harley Davidson did the same thing years ago with this live wire electric motorcycle came up, and it just was a dog. Nobody wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
And they had to, because Harley Davidson is just like Corvette. They're going through the exact same issues of the aging of the people that are interested in their product. Yeah. The prices have gone up dramatically. I mean, a new Harley Davidson's $40,000 to $50,000.
Yeah, Robert said the exact, perfect thing. The NSX sales flopped as well. Now, that was part of a number of things. I can explain it very quickly.
It was a Honda?
No, NSX.
Acura.
The new NSX that came out in 2017 took too long, number one. my brother-in-law worked for Acura for almost his whole life until just recently. And now he doesn't work there anymore. But from 2000, probably 10, actually probably earlier than that, 2008, he was telling me this new NSX is coming out. This new NSX is coming out. And it was supposed to come out in 2012, 2014, 2015. It didn't come out till 2017. So that was their number one problem. Their number two problem was they didn't market it very well when it did come out. And number two was they were asking too much over. They were acting like this car was worth $220,000 when the MSRP on the thing was like $130,000, $140,000. Some were $150,000, $160,000, but they were wanting too much for it. So it flopped. But now if you go back and you look at a couple years later after that car came out, it gained popularity pretty quick. And everybody that could go and buy one went and bought them. And there were, plenty of guys out there that said, I was just waiting for the stupid giant markups to come down before I went and bought them.
And several people we talked about, Mark and I were bringing up at dinner, is the price of these cars keeps going up.
Yeah.
And if your average price guy or average age is 59 and older buying Corvettes, they're starting to get tapped out like on a $150,000, $200,000 car.
Yeah.
And we talked about, because Mark's been going to Carlisle for many, many years, and it's on the decline. I hate to say it. It just is.
It is, yeah.
And we've said too, these young people don't care. They'll go to Cars and Coffee, take a picture, get on Instagram, they'll be cool.
Done.
And then the next car comes out, they're moving to it. They're not Corvette loyalists where they're going to be in a Corvette the rest of life.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just not going to be the same as it was for our generation. And Harley Davidson's the same problem. I told you I've gone to Sturgis for many, many years. It's on the rapid decline. I went last year.
So you're saying the car culture.
The car
culture is either changing or declining. It's different now. You don't have
different.
You always had the Mopar guys and the Corvette guys.
It's about show, but then it's also about some guys. A lot of kids overwhelmingly just don't care.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
Yeah.
Yep. There's so much else
get an Uber,
to do.
An
There's
Uber,
so much,
or have DoorDash bring them everything. They're not.
Yep.
Like when we were younger, if you had a car, you were just dying to go get
every
something for your
16-year-old
parents.
guy.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay,
Yeah, I know.
Anything to get in your car and just go drive.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
It's so that was a long answer to we started with the layoffs at GM, and like I said, I'm sure there's many more. We just don't know about them. These are just the more popular guys that we know of. So
what I want to say is don't think that I'm coming down on Harlan. Everybody is guilty of making wrong decisions and coming up with ideas that they think are great at the time, and then afterwards are like, oh my gosh, what did I do? And I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm not saying
but it's also what we had that good conversation about. The C8 is done and over with, meaning the cars are coming out. Is there going to be a Grand Sport? Highly likely, but is that going to be that exciting? I mean, we already know what it would be. It's not like it's going to change anything.
We don't know.
Well, but my point is they're already transitioning to the C9, which could be 3 to 4 years out. So why would you have the guy carry a torch that's 62, 63 years old? He's not going to be around for the C9.
Well, right.
So get your C9 guys in, get new blood in, and rebuild.
What was it that you said at the very beginning of that?
About
when you started making that statement?
I don't know.
See, Darren's getting older too. Darren's not going to be around much longer either. I'm going out, but he's getting close.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
I can't remember. What'd you say, Grandpa? But yeah, it's just a lot of different things going on, right? The whole society's changing. Car culture, everybody's got
It goes back in Mark.
Everybody has the concentration of a gnat at this point, including me.
But it's a publicly traded company. It's all about their P&L.
Company. It's about the P&L.
They see they've got some issues. The Corvette's a hit, but at the same time, they're losing their audience. These people are going away, unfortunately. When they go away, they're dying.
Yep.
I know what it was.
Dying customer.
I know what it was you said.
The only one benefiting is Denny's.
You said Grand Sport.
Huh?
You said Grand Sport. So according to Rick, I believe him. According to Rick, he said he believes that the Grand Sport will be the highest sales out of all. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's still on here.
Because of the price.
They will. I don't think it's because of the price. I think it's because of what you're getting for the price. It'll outsell all the other models. That's what he says.
Yeah, going forward, but it won't sell. They won't sell more than what they've sold in Stingrays.
No.
No, it will be. Yeah.
Going forward.
But my point with the Grand Sport is we know what the car is going to be. It's not going to come out and be like, oh wow, it's not going to.
Maybe.
What would be for?
I don't know. I can't even imagine what it would be.
Rocket thrusters.
No,
but the point is, we know what it's gonna. It's not gonna be anything that's gonna be groundbreaking.
Hopefully, it's not the same as it's been for C6 and C7.
But it will be. We already know that.
What's going to be? What are you guys arguing about?
Mark, do you want to place a bet again?
Because those don't outsell the Stingray.
I had to bring that
See
up.
No more bets. Bye.
Those don't outsell the Stingray. They did not outsell the Stingray. The C6 and C7, because it's a Stingray with a wide body. That's all it is.
And
I think
more
that's
money.
What people want.
I don't think so. I
think have a little bit more power.
I think a lot of people are really disappointed to know that. I mean, I remember the first time I ever found out that the 1996 Grand Sport had the same power as a 1996 regular Corvette.
Yeah.
I was super disappointed.
It's all they had, one engine.
I was like,
just what? One engine.
This car looks way better. Why didn't they? And it's the race version. Why didn't they put more power?
It was just a sticker package. Come on.
Well, it had fenders.
Yeah.
If you didn't get the stupid convertible.
Yeah. Oh, it did have those little fender extenders.
Yeah, it had the fender extenders on the
kind that you get it on Amazon.
But then the C6 Grand Sport came out, and that was also disappointing. It had the same power as a Stingray, and then the C7, same thing. So, I don't know. I have a feeling that the new Grand Sport is not going to be what the old Grand Sports have been. I have a feeling that we're going to get something different.
What's Zippity saying? There were two engines in 96. I thought 95 was the last year of the LT4.
There was the LT4 for the Grand Sport.
Okay.
And then the
Grand
regular Corvette.
But it was the same power?
Well, actually, no. The regular Corvette should have been an LT4, but there was no ZR1 in 96.
Yeah, there was no ZR1 in 96, Jeff. So what are you talking about? There was just one engine in 96, right?
LT1, I guess?
Well, he's saying LT1 and LT4, but LT4 is the ZR1 engine from 90 to 95.
No, LT4 was in the Grand Sport.
Oh, well, then what was the difference? Come on, we're Corvette guys.
Well, it was way different.
Power,
no, the LT5 was in the...
Oh, the LT5.
Yeah,
okay,
it was in
yeah.
ZR1.
I just have an announcement.
Okay.
Poopy is here.
Oh,
nice. So, Zippity, what's the difference in horsepower between those two? I thought...
It did have more horsepower. 30 horsepower bump.
330.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
What?
Thank you, Zip. 30 horsepower bump.
It was close to the ZR1 horsepower, almost.
Yeah.
Well, the ZR1 was 405.
I know, it wasn't.
And it was gone by then. So
it was 300 for the LT1 and 330 for the Grand
I don't think we
Sport.
should be talking about a C6 Grand Sport compared to the C8 Grand Sport. That's not good.
Well, even C7. I'm talking about all of them.
Right.
They didn't get...
So
I think we're just in a different market. The prices have changed so much. I mean...
Thank you, Eric. Yes, correct.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, so that's fine. But the point is that we're looking forward to the Grand Sport coming out after the ZR1.
But what I'm saying
we just don't know when or where or how much.
Right. Yeah, we don't know.
And you're thinking it's going to be a sales hit compared to, say, the
I believe what Rick says.
Well, you even said, Mark, that you would get one. You would consider.
I like the wide body, but I like my LT2 engine, right? So I like my low grunt pushrod V8.
Well, what if it comes with an LT2 that has 550 horsepower?
Yeah, that's nice.
That?
It'll still be a pushrod, right? It'll still be a overhead valve. Love it. Yep. Won't be any of that fancy schmancy stuff you guys have got over here. Electric engines and
don't say that word. You get slapped.
Electric and four valves per cylinder and all that. But
LT4
no, Rob,
Oh,
Corvette Rob saying, hey, the Corvette's not dead. Of course it's not dead. We're in the golden age of Corvette right now. We're just talking about
Robert says
what it could be.
And regular Corvette had the LT1 and LT4 options, so you could get either one.
Oh.
So it's kind of like the older Corvettes, the C2, where you could get like 4 different engines.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you could get a normal Corvette with 330 horsepower, just like the Grand Sport.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So.
Anyway.
But yeah, and what happened to Harlan and Kirk happened probably 1,000 times today.
But maybe
1,000 other different people.
Maybe Mark by the Bash, they'll name their replacements.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe
and
Harlan and Kirk will come and just be there like Tadge as a retired person.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you been back to your previous employment since you've left?
Right.
Well, Tadge and Zora did. Tadge and Zora came.
Yeah, but that was different.
You saw Zora at the Bash?
They were at Zora was at in '96 before he died. I mean, Zora was doing tours ever since he retired.
He wasn't fired, so to speak.
He was forced out.
That would be awesome.
At 65.
Supercharged E-Ray, which is
forced out
Joe
at 65.
Lamb's.
But they had a party.
Supercharged E-Ray, never mind.
They had a party
Steven.
for Zora. I don't think.
He said he hopes the Grand Sport comes in the 427.
That seems very possible.
Hey. You know, Harlan was responsible for the 427 convertible in the C6.
Say it again.
Harlan is why we got the 427 convertible in the C6 generation. He pushed for that.
Well, that's a marketing guy. That's what his thing. He pushed for options and pushed for different ways to
And
market the car.
it's an amazing car.
I mean, he didn't design it, but
Right.
but his
But he had the idea to put the LS7 in an even better wide body than the Grand Sport.
Him and Taj did a presentation in 2006
amazing.
for the C7 mid-engine car. Of course, we know GM went bankrupt in 2009 and had to reorganize, and they pushed that off to C8. But I mean, Harlan's been there for 28 years. He's a legend.
Yeah, it's like, look, you can't. We're not saying anything bad. They did an awesome job with everything
absolutely.
they've done in the C8. It's just GM is doing their homework, and I've told you, you know this. I've done 50 focus groups.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of focus groups.
Yeah.
I've actually done 1 or 2 Corvette ones, but I won't talk about those. Not that it means anything, but I've done a lot of the truck and SUV ones, and I've been involved in those. And they really try to get in your head of what motivates you to buy a car. And they always, really, it's always about future cars, and they're showing you stuff. They're talking about future options, trying to figure out where, because the ramp up for all these cars, like I said, the C9's already done. They have it. It's done.
Pretty close, right?
So, even though it might not be out for 3 to 4 or 5 years, but
I hope it has round headlights. I mean, taillights. Wouldn't that be fun?
no.
Go back to like Ferrari style round
They'd have
taillights.
to do it a certain way. I don't know.
Kind of like Ferrari.
But I mean, that's the thing.
They'd have to do it like the Camaro, where they're kind of oval.
Yeah.
I mean, they've set the bar so high with the C8, it's going to be hard for the C9. I mean, what are they going to do?
2 things. Number one, do you guys think, because of this, in light of this, the future of Corvette is now brighter?
I do.
I do too. I think we're going to get some really cool new stuff. I'm an optimistic guy, so
I think the cars are going to just keep evolving. They're going to look more and more exotic. I know of someone that claims he's seen some C9 official
Renders.
ones,
Right.
and he said they just look very exotic. They're just getting more and more exotic.
I mean,
looking.
look at what they're coming from.
But look what they're going after. They're going after the Ferrari 47-year-old, the Lamborghini 45-year-old. So it goes back
Which you
to
kind of almost, is it getting out of the wheelhouse where Corvette lived before?
Yeah, you got to feel uncomfortable, and maybe Corvette does somehow become its own separate brand, and they want to leverage that, and they know they've got to,
Changing of the guard. That's
get
right.
away from that. And like I said, we've seen it at Carlisle and other events. Like, it's on the decline of the guys that go to those.
Yep.
All right, number 2, we need to give something away. You have a good question?
I've got a good question.
While he's finding the question, guys, we have 350 people in here. Please smash
it went
the
down to
thumbs up
350?
button.
Man,
Please
go out and thumbs up, man. Thumbs up.
smash the thumbs up button, please. That really helps YouTube know that you're enjoying the content. And we'll get a question for you guys pulled up.
Keep talking until I pull it up. Let's see. Okay.
I triggered Robert. He says separating the brand from Chevrolet would be a big mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it's ever going to happen.
No, it won't. It doesn't logically, or it doesn't logistically make sense either. But they still could. They could consolidate it where only, you know, do you need all 3,300 GM dealers selling Corvettes?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Or do you want to be like Tesla and you just order online and it shows up at your dealership?
Yeah.
Is Supercar Ranch on?
No,
Good.
surprisingly.
Good. Okay. So here's a really
Now,
good.
does DeepSeek, will this answer your question?
Well, what? I don't know. Oh, DeepSeek. Oh, crap. It's probably going to.
All right,
You just gave them that option now.
There you go. So there is a story. Remember, there was no 1983 Corvette, correct?
Right.
Okay.
But
there were 83 Corvettes produced.
Right.
Okay. One of the trivia questions could be how many 83 Corvettes were produced, but we won't go there. We will go to what attire that you wear on your body was directly responsible for the last remaining 1983 Corvette from being crushed on that Friday or Thursday it was. What attire was directly responsible for why the last 1983 Corvette? And Jeff Zippity, you probably know this, so don't answer. Let the regular common folk answer this question, okay? So Jeff, don't answer this, or Rick Connie, don't answer this, or Robert, don't answer this, okay? This is a good one. I've been waiting for this because we got so many people on tonight.
What's the answer?
I'm not telling you the answer.
No, you have to tell me.
I will. Okay, well,
where is it?
What is? I'll type it in here because. Okay.
Because we already have.
Is it like what DeepSeek says? Like China's good, and gives you that generic answer back.
And then I will tell you what. Then I will tell you the cool story about it. Okay. What is the?
Okay, so hang on real quick. There's some people out there answering. Just so you know, you can't be generic. You have to give actual types of
the attire.
This attire. So
I'm confused.
All right, we have a winner. Because he listened and he gave actual types.
Who was it?
Thomas Gleason.
Okay, Gleason.
Cowboy
how did you know?
Boots.
How did you? Yes. So Gleason, you want to tell everybody why
Somebody
cowboy
else,
boots?
Two other people put boots, but they didn't put cowboy boots.
Yeah, I wanted boots. So the story of the guy that was responsible at the plant to get rid of these cars was supposed to crush them all. So he's crushing them, getting rid of them. And it came to the last day, and it was pouring rain. And he had just bought these nice boots that he had. And he didn't want to go out in the rain and go squash to get the car. So he figures he'll do it on Monday or the next day. Okay? They never get around to it. The car's just kind of pushed off to the back. It looks like an 84, right?
Right.
So it gets pushed to the back of the parking lot. And then the story goes on. It was repainted a certain color, and then it was repainted. Then finally somebody said, yeah, that is a 1983 Corvette. We need to do something with this. And then they put it in the museum. There's so much more to the story. But I just thought that was the most coolest story, coincidental story about why that last 83 Corvette is surviving. So
real quick, Thomas Gleason, congratulations.
Great job.
You won. You'll be getting something in the mail. Please shoot me your info. I don't have your info. I guarantee I don't have it. So shoot me your address, everything, so that I can shoot that off to you. Shoot me a shirt size, too, just so that I have that on record, just in case I decide to send a shirt.
We're going to send you the 83 Corvette.
Right, exactly. But Zippity said, cool story, Mark.
Yeah, it's so cool, isn't it?
Thank you guys so much for joining. If you, again, on your way out, if you have not smashed the thumbs up button, please do so. If you haven't joined the Brinkofspeed community, please smash the red subscribe button and join my wonderful community. We do this every other Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I hope each and every one of you guys has a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you on the next Octane Hour.